I didn't want to come here. Somebody invited me, and I paid for us, and we came. And I was very skeptical, and I didn't know anything about you. I was surprised to find a woman standing on the stage. That's how little I know. I have a pretty big vortex full of a lot of things that I'll stay general, but I'm very fulfilled professionally, and education is complete, but the one thing missing in my life is a family. And I've been firing millions of rockets looking for a family, and I think I found what I was looking for. And for several months, been working on this with a specific person, and everything was going fine. And then she has begun to perceive that I'm still firing rockets looking for family, maybe still with someone else, or that she believes that I'm still firing rockets. And she may have some reason to believe that because of what's been in my vortex. And I'm only using these words because I've heard them today for the first time.
And using them accurately, which is unusual, to be this new to it and up to speed so fast. Yeah.
Well, thank you for that.
Well, we're complimenting ourselves. We're just really good. No, the compliment is yours.
But I don't want those things in my vortex. I don't believe that I'm firing rockets still.
Well, here's the thing. What's in your vortex is always the wanted part of everything. And something that's happening to you, it happens to almost everyone, is that when you think you're talking about this family that you want, every subject is really two subjects: what is wanted and absence of what is wanted. And so when you use the word relationship, family, something meaningful, you could be offering a vibration of the absence of it rather than the presence of it, which just keeps holding it at bay. It's like the feeling of loneliness is an indication. Your emotions are indications. So the feeling of loneliness is an indication that you've got an active vibration about the absence of what you want. And you can't have an active vibration about the absence of what you want and have it flow into your manifested reality. You're holding it apart without even knowing you do it. People will say to us, Abraham, you say I create my own reality, and I don't believe that I do, because I wouldn't have created that because I don't want it. And we say, we didn't say you did it on purpose, but we did say you did it. There's a lot of misunderstanding. People think they put way more power in words than really they should. They put way more power in behavior when it's really the vibrational basis that is at the heart of everything that comes to you. So we liked the way you began here. You said, I have success. I have success with education. I have success financially. So we want to ask you to just feel the difference in the way you feel when you think about financial success or educational success, and the way you feel when you think about a relationship. Because in the one, you feel more confident, more sure, more satisfied, and the other you feel more wanting, more needing, more absence of it. You feel the difference?
Yes.
So you got to find some way of either not talking about it. You know, you could get focused upon something else. Recently someone says, everything in my life is good, there's just this one thing that isn't good. And we said, well, then let's beat the drum of that one thing and use it as the excuse to mess up everything else. And they laughed about it, but they heard our point. We said, or you could have 10 things going terribly wrong and one thing going really well, and you could focus on the one thing and use it as your excuse to help the other things come into alignment. Because the universe doesn't care. This law of attraction that is responding vibrationally, it doesn't care what your reason for offering the vibrational signal is that you're offering. It's just responding to the signal. So the fact of it is, you gotta offer a signal about what you want, not about the absence of what you want. Do you want to talk about this?
Sure.
Do you think that as you've been sifting through the details of this relationship and knowing what you do want and knowing what you don't want, are there many things about it that are pleasing to you?
Yes, of course.
Are there any things about it not pleasing to you?
Only this fear of rockets. That's the only thing.
Only the fear of?
Well, her fear of that I'm firing rockets.
So the only thing that is missing is her response. In other words, she's insecure.
I don't know. She believes in the law of attraction and that we are both, she believes sometimes that we are both attracting the thing that we fear in each other instead of the things that we want, and that we may have chosen the wrong
Well, nothing
people.
can go wrong in this sense. So you attract something that you don't want, it just causes you to launch a rocket. And you see, we're not the least bit worried about you because we can feel the power with which you want to feel good. And we just want to say to you, it's really easy to talk to you. Simple, because you're going to get this really easily. All you got to do is stay off the topic that makes you feel uneasy. So if we were standing in your physical shoes, we'd just make lists of positive aspects about the relationship. Keep going over in your mind how you met and how it felt and how it feels and what the physical attraction is. Just focus upon the parts that feel so good, or focus on other things that aren't about relationship. Because in your lack of attention to this thing that's bothering you, it will go away.
It's funny because we've been making lists of the opposite.
Most people do. Most people do. Got to find a problem and solve it. But in the law of attraction world, which is the world you all live in, what that says is, let's shine a spot. Let's make a list of things not wanted, and we'll just push hard enough against these things we do not want, and we will obliviate them. And we say, no, you won't. You will amplify them, you'll make them active in your vibration, and you will use those active vibrations as your excuse to not allow yourself to resonate with who you really are and what you want.
I'm in the military, so that's why I think that way. The other way that you first described. That's probably what I've been doing. Obliterating problems is my job.
We love you very much, but you are failing.
I know.
The problems that you are attempting to obliterate are getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bolder and bigger and bolder and bigger and bolder. It does not work. It won't work in the world. It won't work with the army. It won't work in your personal world. It does not work. But you can stand right in the middle of a system that's oriented that way, and you can find your alignment anyway. Because when you go general, there is so much that you want that is right on target. You want a better functioning world. You want the majority of the people to live in peace and harmony. You want the children of the world to eat and feel secure. You want physical well-being. You want it so much that you're willing to do everything in your power in order to achieve it, you see. So like we said to someone just now, don't worry about the action because there's momentum in that. But do your work with the alignment, you see.
Thank you.
We've enjoyed this interaction immensely.
Thank you.